Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're joined by Mr. Albert Spreu from the FCI. He's an FCI judge and he's a chairperson of the RSV 2000. A brief background on Mr. Spreu's role as an FCI judge and his influence in the IGP sport. He is the chairperson of the RSV 2000 since 2019, the vice chairman of RSV Global, which is the World Federation. He is in the dog sport since 2005, doing IPO, IGP. Breeding German Shepherd dogs since 2015, kennel name Alternate Attacks, FCI show judge for the German Shepherd dog, and he judged the VDH Autumn Seeger 2024 last weekend, and Belgian Shepherd dogs, IGP judge, Schutzen judge in RSV World, and DGPO judge for service dogs. So welcome, Mr. Spreu. Very nice to meet you finally.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. So could you please give us a brief background of how you started in the breed?
Yeah, so I started in dogs. I started with this very early in the age of 7 years, something like this. I got a little puppy 2 or 3 days old. It was a German wire hair pointer, special dogs for hunting. And I raised them up with hand feeding. And so I got touched with dogs with a lot of temperament. And I'm in love, like the age of 7 years, with this kind of dogs. And then it needs a long time. I was adult. I got adult, and then I got my own dogs, and I started with Molossoid dogs. For me, all the time, very important that the dogs has a lot of temperament. With Molossoid dogs, there are not so many breeds with temperament anymore. So I'm very connected to Rottweiler, Presa Canario, Cane Corso, Dogo Argentino, something like this. All the other breeds in Molossoid kind, they were not my type of dogs. And then I want to learn more about dog education, and then I got in touch with Dr. Helmut Reiser. This was the guy, who had a lot of influence of mine. And then he started a new club, that's the RSV 2000, and I joined this club to get more information. And then, of course, I changed the breed. I come to German Shepherds, and then I discover for myself how easy the dog education could be, because German Shepherds are much more easier than the other dogs with these big heads. That was my way to the German Shepherd.
Right.
And I learned a lot about education, and of course, I'm a type of guy who really likes to breed. And then I started 2015 with breeding of German Shepherds with my own FCI kennel. And later on, of course, I make also this career for judging. At first for show judging, and now also for the sport. And
congratulations on that.
This is a long way of self-education, and now we have to talk a little bit about the judging, because in the judging world there's some development, in my opinion, and a lot of opinion of other people. This is not gone quite well. We're going in the wrong direction, and this is what we're talking today.
Absolutely. So I'll give a brief synopsis on how we got in touch. So I'd written a short piece about the neck placement and the healing dynamics, or the kinetics, of a German Shepherd versus a Malinois. And you had contacted me about republishing it on the RSV page. And we got to talking after that, and I found your view really encouraging, and it was I really appreciated your support on the subject. So where do you think we went wrong when we like to dive a little bit into the history, where we went wrong into picking that particular look for healing, dynamics?
Healing is one point. Point, and that's quite interesting. So in the 90s, there was, in this time, a very young guy, also from Germany, West Germany. This is Knut Fuchs. He invited a style of free healing. So and he showed up as the first guy, and a very amazing trainer, very well done. And the judges put this to the new standard.
Yes.
And there was a group also of judges who had a lot of influence on other judges. And so,
Sure.
so this fixed a little bit this idea, or make it tight in the head of the people, and everybody want to do the same. And nobody discover what is the real meaning of this type of free healing style, because there's more secret about this, or it's hidden for the people. The most people don't see it. They don't see the benefit of this style of training, but everybody wants to copy, and they do this. And then we have more and more points we have to talk about. But this is the first. And I'm quite happy that this guy is now part of my club also, this Knut Fuchs, because he is
he's a legend in the sport, in the modern in the modern IGP sport.
100%, and he has a lot of influence. And nowadays he shares his knowledge to the new people who coming into the sport, and that is a very big benefit. And so I'm very happy about this guy in the club.
Absolutely. So could you please talk about briefly about the differences that affect the healing styles, like the breed differences that affect healing styles in IGP, from Rottweiler to a German Shepherd to a Malinois to an Airedale Terrier, for example?
Yeah, if you want to copy this style, what Knut Fuchs developed there, then there is only one type of dog who can show up, and this is the Malinois, because of the special anatomic construction. It's a short dog. The angulations are quite open. The neck is more erected, I think is the right word.
Upright, quite upright.
Yeah, and so this dog can do this. And when you want to try it with other breeds, then the German Shepherd, who is also this is the dog with the most IGP titled dog nowadays, also in the world. But with this dog, it's totally difficult, and you see a lot of bad pictures, because if you try to copy it, then you have bigger problems, because it's the German Shepherd is longer. It's 10 to 17% longer than high. Yeah, this is totally different to a Malinois. And the angulations are closer, and because the German Shepherd is done for other kind of work. And then you got bigger problems, because the physics, what you can say, the capabilities, the physical capabilities, they are not there for it. Then you get a very unnatural movement. The back and the backhand is very close to the ground, and the dog is stepping in the front, because he tried to balance this out, and it's not possible. Because the balance point of the German Shepherd, the balance point of the German Shepherd is much more in the front. Will have a big problem in it. When you try to copy it, and and so if you're
elevating the center of gravity much higher, and then your knees and the patellas have to bear all the stress.
And then you get, of course, more tension about the back, and the back of the German Shepherd, you have to be very careful about this.
Absolutely.
So and this is what we have to think about. And all the other breeds, which breeds can perform in this style like a Malinois, if you want to have this with the erected heads. So then you can do it with Airedale Terrier, because it's also a short one. You can maybe do it with a boxer. With the dogs Hoverwart, for example. It's even not possible. So and with Rottweilers, it's not possible. And then we have to say, in our sport, in the IGP world, we have also other breeds. A little bit exotes, but you will have it also. For example, what is common more and more in the US, but also in Eastern Europe, is the Cane Corso in the sport. They can
you see them here and there.
They can't do it also. Don't do this. And so Rottweilers will have a bigger problem with it. And what has happened when the people try to copy it, then the breeders, the performance breeders, the breed dogs, they are able to do this. So and then they are changed the breeding, the tradition of the breeding, and the values of the breeding.
I was having a conversation with a breeder who likes this type, a German Shepherd breeder who likes this type of anatomy, the Malinois type of anatomy. I said, well, then just breed Dutch Shepherds and Malinois. You want to breed Dutch Shepherds that look like German Shepherds, just breed Dutch Shepherds. And he says,
But-
no. There's a room for all our dogs.
Yeah. But the Dutch Shepherd, from the European point of view, it's like this. The Dutch Shepherd is the continental type.
Yes.
It's the type totally in between the German Shepherd and the Belgian Shepherd. It's totally in between. So
absolutely.
This is the idea of this dog.
Yes.
Not only the color, there's much more.
Yes.
And,
yes, of course.
And that's quite interesting.
Yeah. Even the nerve base of the dogs is different.
Yeah. And the Hollandse Herder, this dog, we talk about this dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Is also breeded in the KNPW.
Yes.
Yeah? So, and they have also other values than the other cultures behind these dogs.
Absolutely.
In the working world.
Yeah, even the Malinois, it's like there's such a big variety of Malinois when you try to follow the registry. It's from the German.
A lot.
Yeah, from the Dutch Malinois to the German Malinois, it's like a world of a difference. There's like a more Molosser type of Malinois, and there's more of a terrier type of Malinois in the German Malinois that are more hyperactive, and they're more like the typical IGP dogs that we talk about.
And and this is very interesting when we talk about this healing style. We started with the healing style, but every program creates their own type of dogs.
Sure.
And that's the reason why it's very important to be constant in the program. And the big critics in the IGP world is that the rule book is changing every 5 years.
Yeah.
So and then you cannot use them anymore as a breed test.
Yes.
Yeah. So and nowadays a lot of people, they're more connected to the sport. They say, hey, that is a sport test. There is no breeding test. But this is not the truth, because dog people are working totally different.
Yeah.
It's the same like in normal show breeding.
Yeah.
The winner is the male for start the next time. So easy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Yeah.
And so if you are changing the values in the program, then you will change the breed.
Absolutely.
Totally easy. And that's why the people from KNPW can keep their type of dogs.
Sure.
For example, they create very nice type of dogs there. It's not like the pure breeding what the FCI world is doing, but they have a very nice working type.
Yes.
And put it together. So very interesting. So
absolutely.
That's the point what I want to bring a little bit about what is judging and why, of course, changing the rules is changing the breed. And the breeders, and we come from the breeders. The breeders, of course, if they want to produce dogs, they are successful in the programs, then they have to change their breeding. And this is, of course, in my opinion, also a problem. So, but I have now to take a look.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry. Okay. Let us come. We come to 1,000 points. Let us pick one.
Okay, let's go back to we were talking about Knut Fuchs. We mentioned a little bit about his healing style. So we'll talk about the dominance of a single visual standard for healing. That was on the Malinois blueprint, and the consequence of implementing this standard with wide brush strokes over other breeds. Like, let's just stick to German Shepherd and Malinois because those are the most common breeds. So the painting everything with a big brush of the same type. This is the flashy healing we like, and everybody must make this. And then the shepherd backs are inclined like this instead of having a normal back while moving, completely disregarding, because most of the working judges have never even they think it's beneath them to even lift a breed standard and read it for 2 seconds to say what it says in there about the morphology, the physical morphology of the dog. So, and speaking in terms of biomechanics and injury risks, how would we talk about countering this wide brush of the visual standard?
Of course, you are right when you say this style dominates at the moment as a blueprint. So, and we have to talk a little bit about what's the reason why this could happen. Yeah,
Yes.
I think this is totally normal in human beings, that they look to comply a little bit about what they are seeing. Yeah, and nowadays it's a little bit like this. We have this social media,
Yeah.
good and bad,
Yeah.
of course. And now this information go into the world. In the
Yes.
past, it is different media. It was VHS, yeah, something like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Later DVDs.
Yes,
We
sir.
have dog sport papers with all those
Yeah.
pictures.
Books.
Yeah, the books, all this, and this comes more in the 90s up. And nowadays we have wonderful tools like Working Dog, for example, where you can look also on videos or take a look to two videos at the same time to see the difference. And of course, then you see what the judges are talking.
Absolutely.
For
Absolutely.
for us as performance judges. Perfect.
Yes.
Hey, we can learn so much about if we are take a look to other judges. Hey, what they see, what they discover. Of course, perfect. But there's also the risk. The risk is we adapt pictures, maybe what is not natural or not necessary or overtyped. We talk a little bit about overtyping style, and this overtyping style don't has to be the blueprint.
Yes. And so what would be a new judging paradigm as a proposal? Introducing the proposed judging, like what would be a judging system that you would propose in lieu of what we have currently based on drive, technique, and coordination, which we discussed in a private conversation before? And how could this system create a fairer competition by accommodating diverse breed-specific characteristics within the program?
Yeah, this is interesting. This is very interesting point. It's a little bit like this. Let us talk what is the situation at the moment, and then we talk about what we developed in my club. So
yes,
it's a little bit the situation that the most judges I met in my dog sport career looking only for technique. Yeah, because this is easy. It's totally easy. How is your hand? How you are stopping? If you are taking,
is it in or is it out when you're standing?
Yeah, and this is, of course, this is easy because everybody can see it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and that's the point why the description got more detailed on technical points. Okay.
Bean counters. These are the bean counters.
Of course, you can say it like this. And this is interesting. And this is also a problem because this got also into a sport. Now we call it a little bit judging sport.
Yeah.
Who is this
now
guy?
We have celebrity judges.
Yeah. Who is this guy who finds the most details and say, hey, now we are blinking with the left ear, what is eye? Sorry, and then
I love it. I love it. Yes.
So, and this is not the truth about the dog.
No.
When a dog handler is performing, so then there's more. Of course, there's the technique of the dog. That's one, very easy. Of course, there is the drive part you have to describe. And the third category is the coordination between dog and dog handler.
Yes.
And don't cut this what is in between dog and dog handler. There is communication, and let it be. Let there communication and coordination. That's very important. And now we come to this both parts, drive and technique, because drive, you need a drive in your dog or the dog will not work.
Absolutely.
That's the engine. Yeah. And drive and technique are antagonism.
Yeah. Inversely proportionate to each other.
So, of course.
Yeah.
And it's like this. If you have a little bit more drive, then you have shitty technique.
Yeah.
And if you have perfect technique, then the drive go less. Every trainer know this and has to balance it in the performance.
Absolutely.
So that's very easy to understand, but the most judges don't understand. They have to think about. That's very easy. There is not rocket science. No. Totally easy. And when you understand that this is antagonism, drive and technique is antagonism, then the excellent value has to be a balance. And this could be not maximum at all. It has to be on optimum point.
Yes.
Excellent has to be optimum.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and when this excellent value is an optimum, of course, it could be a little bit more drive or a little bit more technique. This has to be the excellent value. And you can see the result by not understanding nowadays by the values of the winners of the competition. 12 years ago, 3 from 4 winners of the competition says also excellent. Nowadays, 12 years later, 12 years later, we have 40% of the winners has only the excellent value. So and now we have to think about the dogs got more worse in 12 years. I don't think so.
No.
If is our education of the dogs going bad? No. Every year more and more and more and more. Yeah. But the values are going down.
Yes.
So this is, in my opinion, it's a problem.
Yeah, the cancer is the judges.
It's a marketing problem. It's problem for the motivation of the people.
Yes.
And in Europe and US, it's a little bit different situation. But in Europe, it's a very big problem because the community of the dog sport people is going closer and closer. Down. And
it's the same thing in America. In America, the problem is the vast geographic distances. So by the time you go from one end of one state to the other end of the other state to go training. So let's say my club where we all train is over 1 hour away, one side driving that I drive every day to make helper work in my club.
Okay. Yeah. Then you spend a lot of time on the road.
Exactly. And only 3 hours we're just driving. There's no training happening yet. And in Germany, you can literally drive 10 minutes and you're at a dog club. Another 10 minutes, you're at another dog club. So the culture is more inherent in the community. It's more well knit, as opposed to, let's say, in America, where there's a lot more commercial. And you've seen the rise of the commercial traveling trainers that are doing seminars from one place to another place to another place. And there's no club culture developing. So the dogs cannot grow up in a club environment. People are only going from seminar to seminar to seminar to work with these celebrity helpers. You know? And sure, if you're a bored housewife with millions of dollars, great. You can follow these helpers and go everywhere and do this when you don't have a job or anything else to do. But when you have like in a real world scenario, like in Germany, you go to work and in the evening, everybody comes together at the Hundeplatz and we train dogs and we drink a couple of coffees, we eat some Brötchen and we go home. That is absent in America. That is completely absent. And helper work is a very commoditized thing as opposed to Germany, where it's like we all help each other and everybody grows together. In America, it's only I am the hero and I make sure everybody else goes down and only then I can make seminars. So I think this is a very toxic part of the American culture of Schutzhund.
But I can tell you this tradition, this culture of this working dog sport or community is also changing in Europe. Also changing in Germany. And of course, nowadays, the people are driving also a lot of hours for their club. And it's very heavy to keep this culture in the clubs. But it will work. And of course, in my club and also my local club, we keep the tradition.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful to hear.
But let us come a little bit about these values, because I want to
come
to this drive and technique point.
Yes.
So nowadays we have this development or the idea by the judges that drive and technique has to be in maximum.
Yes.
And only when it's a maximum, there is 100 points able.
Yes.
So this is the idea, but it's not written in the rule book, but it's the idea by the judges. And so if they don't understand that maximum is not possible, only the optimum is possible, then they cut 4 points off. It's very, very, very hard, nearly impossible to get the whole points. in a competition.
Yes.
Yeah. So especially in obedience.
It's
For technique,
unbelievable.
it's different. So
Yeah.
but this is by a wrong meaning
Yes.
or understanding on this very important part.
Yes.
So, and that's why in my club we developed this judging system.
Sure.
With every exercises, 3 categories: drive,
Yeah.
technique, and coordination. And
Yes.
we judge, of course, the drive.
Yes.
So, and then you can equilibrate. I hope that is good enough in English.
Oh yeah.
All this, and then you get the value. And so
Yes.
the points are a little bit higher in this.
Yes.
Because if the dog make a failure, because there's a little bit too much drive, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, the drive balance it out, and then you got a better value. And now
Sure.
now you can see, for me, very bad understanding on the judging on in the IGP world is think about the last FCI World Championship.
Yes. Oh
Yeah?
gosh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. Now this the winner, the best of the world is not even possible to make it excellent.
It's unbelievable.
Possible. It's not possible. This is the best trainer. How want to do it better than this guy?
No, you cannot.
You cannot.
No.
By wrong interpretation of the dog behavior. Yeah, and of course nowadays we have a lot of influencers in dog training. Yeah.
Yes.
Let me talk about this guy Bart Bellen, very clever guy who discovered
very much so.
the behavior in the dogs and talk about the behavior. And in judging technique, it's not the behavior, it's the technique.
No.
Yeah, and only see the technique point. The behavior is with drive and technique and coordination.
Yep.
So, and this is what is missing, and that's why you cut the points off and don't create heroes anymore.
Yes.
That's important. You need heroes.
They're killing the heroes.
Yeah, they're killing them.
Yeah. The judges are becoming the heroes.
Yeah, the judges.
Which is the wrong idea. Yeah, which is absolutely the wrong idea.
That's the wrong idea. And so
I think the rise of the celebrity judge is the cancer to dog sport, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Continue, please. Sorry.
And no, we are very close to this point. And so in my opinion, or what we developed for our club, what we are using this judging system, this make it possible also when we have a competition with different breeds, not only German Shepherds, with different breeds. It's possible for every breed to win.
Yes.
The judging style of today only focus on the technique. This kills the possibility for the Rottweiler to win, for the Doberman, for the Boxer, Giant Schnauzer, Erdel Terrier. They kill it. They kill it. Yeah. And of course, our conversation starts with the healing, but it's much more. It's much more than this.
It's more pervasive than just the healing, because it's implemented, because they're not considering the root behaviors of the breeds and the root anatomical restrictions or allowances of the breed in the picture that they have painted for themselves.
Yeah. And that's what we have to talk about. And
absolutely.
And when we want to have all these breeds in one competition, then it has to be possible for every breed to win. It's only the difference in the education of the dog and maybe the workabilities. Yeah.
Right.
And that's quite interesting. 1.5 months ago, I were in Latin America for judging the Latin American Championship there.
Yes.
And there was a Rottweiler.
Yes.
Very, very nice Rottweiler, very nice educated in obedience. And I can tell you, everything was on point. Everything. Yeah. And there was only one little marking in 3 exercises. This is this retrieve with the dumbbell. Yeah. Because he's sitting in the front and shoes a little bit.
Sure.
The rest was perfect. And I judge him also with drive, technique, coordination, and I see that the dog shows the maximum drive he can show me. It's
Yes.
what it is. It's the physical capabilities.
Yes.
This I have to judge. Of course, he's slow,
Absolutely.
much more slow than a German Shepherd or
Yeah.
a Belgian Shepherd. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the maximum what the dog can show, and it's only little holding, shoeing
Sure.
problem. And then I said, hey, this has to be excellent. This
Yes.
dog earns 96 points in obedience because
Wow.
it's all what the dog can show. And
Yeah.
of course, I know very well if I have other judges, IGP judges, they only look for technique, and then they have the influence of the speed, for example, as an expression for something. Then we will cut. There has to be faster, 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 faster.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the dog handler can be happy if he got a very low, very good, or a high, good.
Yeah, maybe if he gets 85, he's happy.
Yeah, and this is wrong. And when I take a look and we talk about the FCI World Championship, there are only a very little group, 5 or 6 competitors who was able to make a very good, and the rest is only good or sufficient. Yeah. What kind of shit is this?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So in my world, this kills the sport, and of course it's a kind of arrogance what is there, and in my world I really don't avoid this.
Yes. Yeah? No, that's very, very I would say very commendable of you to actually take this head on, and because not a lot of judges would actually openly speak about this. And
so for me, I'm totally independent in my club.
Yeah.
And so I can tell our point of view, and of course my club is growing, and a lot of people are take a look. Hey, the guys do it different. This is not worse.
Yes.
Yeah. In the past, it was a little bit the people was making jokes about our
change is hard. You know, change is hard.
Change is hard, and they make jokes and said, "Hey, they give so much points. It's so easy to get points." Yeah, and you know, the best surfing guys standing all the time on the beach. You know, they're not in the waves. Yeah?
They're looking for the
yeah. They're all
they're only judging the guys on the waves.
Yeah, easy. Yeah. And for me, it's like this. Hey, of course, we have other kind of judging in the RSV world. We care about the drives because it's necessary. It's a value of working dogs. And I really love it to see a dog with a drive, and when he makes little technical mistakes, okay, you can what you can say, balance it a little bit out.
Yes.
And then for me, for the people who make the most critics, I invite you. Please come to RSV competition. When it's so easy, come on and win. And
come join us.
And of course, it's possible in RSV 2000 to get 300 points if you are good enough. That's no problem.
I love it.
In other competition, it's not possible.
It's unheard of.
So that's I feel a little bit sorry about this, because this development is it's not very well.
Yes.
Of course, now I'm not a young man anymore, because now I changed the border of 40. So now I'm the second half, and I can tell you I want to do the sport the next 30-40 years if I could.
Yes.
And I don't want to do it alone.
Yes,
I want to have people there, and this is why you have to respect the people. You have to respect your education and respect the dogs. Don't cut it off by your arrogance and your perfection, what is not able to get.
Yes. Unattainable perfection.
Of course.
So I would like to, since we're on the topic of, celebrity judges, I would like to kind of entice part of a conversation about prey behavior, or the understanding of prey behavior. So whenever we see in the wild, we see prey behavior, we see an animal, whether it's a fox, whether it's a cat, whether it's a wild dog, or a wolf, they bite and they don't hold on. Immediately they want to shake because they want to neutralize the prey animal, right? But in IGP, it's the converse that is true. Like a dog that wants to make the grip full and does this and shakes, that dog is, you're losing points, you're losing points, you're losing points. And we're talking about a good picture. And then we come up with artificial things that we talk about the pause after the bite, that you must now hold, you must bite, grip, and you must hold just like a dead grip. And then you say out, which is completely a trained behavior. A completely trained behavior.
It's trained and unnatural.
Yeah, exactly. So how are we assessing this as a quality aspect of the dog? I think when I hear this stuff and I hear people are writing articles and they talk about, I am doing this for 30 years, so this is this is my way and this is the right way, and it sounds so absurd to me just to even listen to this. Like if you have just the basic biological understanding of what the function of the drive is and the behavior is to catch the prey and to neutralize the prey. And you don't neutralize it by holding, you neutralize it by shaking. That's how the neutralization is happening.
Do you know which guy implement this behavior or who pointed out?
No, I just read something on the internet. I'm not I don't follow their names, but I just read something and it stuck to me. And it's like a thorn in my side that I keep thinking about these things. I'm not like really good with their names. Maybe sometimes on purpose.
So I hope I'm right now. The community can say something about or against it. But
sure.
What I see is there was one judge who influenced this.
I mean, it's not important to say the name.
Okay. But it's as we judge, yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
And he preferred the calm grip. And you said, of course, it's a trained behavior.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the dumbbell.
I say, yeah, it's like the dumbbell, 100%. Yeah. If there's chewing on the dumbbell, it's also chewing on the sleeve. That's 100% the same. And what we have to say about this, we can talk about. Or I ask you, how many dogs from 100 has this behavior naturally wise? Maybe
I'm yet to meet a single dog. I'm yet to meet a single dog that does not readjust or wants to bite harder. They want to do something with the grip, whether they want to pull, they want to push in, they will do something. Even they're perfect dogs that are doing this trained behavior, when you're watching them in training, they're not doing that because you're constantly manufacturing and reinforcing the behavior.
And now we come to the point. In IGP, you have this TSB.
Yes.
Yeah. So and what
for the people who don't know TSB, could you please go into a slight detail and explain what TSB is about? And what's ausgesprochen, what is pronounced and what is not pronounced? Could you just for the viewers, if you could give a little bit introduction about TSB?
Drive. It's what it is, confidence.
Yes.
And that he can take the
resilience.
Resilience. Yeah, sorry, my English is a little bit short. This is
I'm there for assistance.
Perfect. And so the point, I don't want to give the values now on it. I want to say,
no.
Hey, we talk about there is description of the drive.
Yes.
And of course, when the dog is into the sleeve and the helper is stopping.
Yes.
And the dog is shaking the helper.
Yes.
Hey, the dog is dominating with action.
And not trying to run away from the helper to go around in the escape bite.
Yeah. And this is excellent work. Yeah, they don't have to be calm.
Yeah.
It is trained, it is hard training to take out the natural behavior of the dog in this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard training. And we have to think about animal welfare. Is it right or wrong to take the natural behavior out?
Yeah.
Because here you make obedience work. This is only obedience.
Right. So then it's not, again, to the point that this is not a breeding test.
Yeah.
This is when it becomes a competition, like a manufactured competition, because it's like figure skating.
It's obedience with gripping.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but this is a point was also wrong in the judges, and this is the
Yes.
here the judges, the community of the judges see, and there's one judge who said this is right, and everybody tried to copy it.
It's stupid.
So, and this I think on this point they are not on the right
Absolutely not.
way. They have to think about if this is the right future.
When we count more and more beans, we lose more and more people. I remember when I started in the sport, there was a lot of families that were doing Schutzhund in Germany, especially. There was families titling over their span in the dog career, maybe 40, 50 dogs they titled, because everything was not so perfect. It must be this points, this points, this points, because the judge was looking at the dog first and then saying, okay, yes, the dog has the caliber to do the work. Yeah, maybe the training could be better, but I'm not going to fail you by giving you 68 points today because your dog has the character to do it. And it is, it is encouraging for these people to make it. I'm not saying give them everybody 100 points when the dog did nothing.
No,
but to discourage people by counting beans is, I think, absolutely ridiculous. And that's what's happened as the rules as they've tightened the screws of the rules with these revisions, like we talked about over and over and over again with the rule changes. All these families have dropped off from the sport. It's not the club culture is diminishing because of this stuff. These people can't have fun with their dogs. And now the second culture that arose, especially in the SV, was the culture of the professional trainer. So now, and then when we talk about a lot of times fake titles, well, where did fake titles come from? When your dog must be 20 months old with an IPO3 to make a good place in the show, of course, a family cannot do this when they're working full time and they have small children. So of course, they'll have to send the dog to somebody. And again, just like any human, any other human, when you can see an opportunity to make money and say, hey, if I take one dog and I make 10,000, I can take 10 dogs and I can make 100,000. And then I can give 10,000 to the judge, and we got 10 dogs titled, and we only train bite work, and we got, and now I'm talking into the dog parts of the dog world a little bit. And then we've got the rise of these fake titled dogs. And then people are only looking because you've taken the power away from the people by making it so difficult for them to train their dogs in the first place, because you've tuned the rule, you've tightened the screws on the rules so much that it's literally impossible for people unless they're dedicating their lives to it. That's why people can make a living being professional trainers, and they can buy expensive cars and flashy houses by being trainers. It's where it used to be a way of life in the evening for a culture of people, which is, I think it is a part of world heritage, the Schutzhund culture that shouldn't be lost, and which is being lost by the working people themselves by making it so hard and inaccessible to the common people who it actually belong to. That's why we have $500,000 VA dogs and we have $200,000 working dogs. It's, for me, it blows my mind that a dog would be worth so much money when it was a dog to be helpful for the shepherd. Tell the shepherd that your dog costs $500,000 and he has to run with the sheep all day long. He'll say, are you stupid or what?
Yeah, now you talk about this, what you talk about, this fake titles and all this world around this. I don't have any experience about it because I was never in touch with the SOE. I'm totally out of this community, or what you can call it. So, but I hear about the stories.
Yes.
But I have no opinion about, because I have no experience.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but let us come a little bit back. We have to come back to the nature of the dogs.
Yes.
And don't see only the technique part.
Yes.
See the whole dog, the performance between dog and dog handler, the communication, and it's very funny. I don't say which competition, but every communication with your dog was a help.
Yes.
Yeah. Every communication. And and we know the mother language of the dog is the body language.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody who train dogs knows very well I can make the whole routine without one command. I make all the body language.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so what is nowadays? Nowadays we discover our body language in this kind that the judge don't see anymore.
Yes. Absolutely.
So that's the game nowadays. So,
yes.
And yeah, if you have your finger here or something like this, this goes very unnatural. So that the humans has to work like robots, and the dog has to work like robots, and so the whole what you can say, the whole charm got a little bit down.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and what do you think would be the challenge and the resistance from the IGP community to what you are proposing? How do you think trainers and judges who are used to the current visual standard will respond to these proposed changes, or the changes you were talking about? And what steps can be taken to encourage the IGP community to embrace a more inclusive judging paradigm?
So at first we need open-minded people. That's the first. So don't feel what you can say bad touched if I say these words or the meaning. This is I really don't want to touch the guys personally wise. I only want that they come with open mind and think about, hey, here we have in judging the point that we have to describe the drive also and the coordination, and this makes much more easier to keep it. And the next point is in the structure of the IGP world, a normal dog handler or a normal judge cannot change everything.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So because from the ground base there is no power. It means we have to reach the people in the top, or the next point is maybe we have to change these guys. To have new heads, there, to think different, to come back to the nature of the dogs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and this is not bad meaning. It's for the future of our sport.
Yeah, 100%. So how do you envision the shift towards breed-specific judging benefiting the sport of IGP as a whole, and not just the sport, but the dog culture, and maintaining, like you said, the characteristics, the essence of the breeds themselves, where they can be themselves, they don't need to mold into another breed's picture? And what role do you see the future judges and trainers playing in promoting a healthier, more diverse environment?
This is a very difficult question. We have to put it in. We have to put it in little parts.
Sure.
Can you make it a little bit shorter for me?
Absolutely. So let's talk about envisioning the shift of breed-specific judging that we were talking about. Earlier, and then how do you see this in benefiting the sport of IGP, and not just the sport, but also the breeds themselves? How does this enrich the breeds themselves, that they don't need to mold themselves into the image of another breed?
So this is the judges. So they have to take a look, of course, left and right, and especially for the exotes in the sport, and see what are the physical capabilities. What is possible? Sometimes it's also not bad to go on a show, or you know what I mean with say show, or read a little bit the standards, so that you can see, hey, of course there has to be difference. So they have to realize that there are difference in this type of dogs. In the
education of judges.
They have to educate themselves. And then it's easier to say and discover, hey, what is the drive part now? What is the drive part? Is it maximum drive, or is it not maximum drive? Or is it balanced? Is this optimum, or is it not optimum? This is one point. See a little bit over the fence, what is on the other side. Maybe on the other side the grass is a little bit greener. Take a look there. And of course, you have to think about all this, what I said, with the balance of the drive, of technique and drive.
Absolutely.
And so you have to see that there is one point. This is optimum.
Yeah.
Realize for yourself what is optimum. And you can see what has happened nowadays. And this is quite interesting. We started with the healing talk.
Yes.
So the healing is nowadays very fixated.
Yes.
So, and what is the result out of it? Sorry, my English.
Yeah.
So very interesting. By the last changing of the IGP, so 2019.
Yes.
2019, I think.
Yes.
2019.
2019. Yes.
So, and then we give more points for the free healing. More points.
Yes.
So, and we have one exercise, we take the points away. And this is the sit exercise.
From the sit.
Yeah, because every people or the people who write the rule book understand very well, hey, now we have this kind of free healing, and now we have a problem in the behaviors. Because the dog's stuck in the behaviors and has no signal control on the sit anymore.
Absolutely.
Why they don't sit? Why? That's very interesting. Sit out of motion. What is the problem? The problem is that the dog don't have the drive change.
He's fixated.
Totally. And it's very hard for the people to get it the dog out of it. At first they glue the dog on the knee, and then later they want to get it off. And
I have first-hand experience with my male with this problem. For the 1 and the 2, I missed a sit in both the trials.
So that's quite interesting. And all this, for example, it's very interesting. In our club, we discover for us.
Yes.
All this, what is from the ground position, the whole development for the core exercise. This is not drive. This has to be only judged in technique.
Okay.
It's mind-blowing for most IGP judging, because
absolutely
the development,
they're looking for a hyperactive dog going crazy, which is in stress, so to speak.
But we are looking, and this is very important for the judges. We have to look for the core exercise. What is the core exercise? The sit is the core exercise.
Absolutely.
But the down and the recall, these are the core exercises.
Yes.
The stand and the recall, these are the core exercises.
Yes.
All other parts, they are
supporting actors.
Supporting, and nowadays we have very big values on this very little technique stuff. So So, and
they're talking about the build-up. They're talking about the concentration and all that stuff instead of the core exercise.
And if the dog doesn't come perfectly in the ground position, then you come one value note down. But the core exercise is the standing or the down and the recall. This has to be the core exercise. And when you have the recall, and that's very interesting. When you have the recall, then you judge the drive. Then you see and take a look, hey, where is the physical capability? Is it maximum for the dog or not? And then it's easy to judge.
Absolutely.
Judging is not the rocket science. Everybody from the street can do this. Explain it, and he can go with the cheat. There, he make 10 dogs, and then he is very good judge. So this is what we have to describe and discover. So, and when you are a judge and nobody explain in your education, and you try to copy, Bart said, monkey see, monkey do. It's like human works. I look
pack
there.
drive.
This is
the human pack drive.
So pack drive, of course, call it like this. And then there is no understanding. And for me, when I go into the IGP world and take a look here, there, every club a little bit like this, then there is no system for the judging. Everybody judge has their own judging sheet, and so he has their own point of view. And then of course it's a problem for a competitor. For example, if the judging is predictable for you, because every judge has different meaning. And we stand in our club, we standardize this. Every judge has to use the same judging sheet. And
That's wonderful.
What is not written on a judging sheet, this is also not judged. Easy, yeah. So, for example, very interesting. It's very modern nowadays, yeah. When you go to the judge with your dog in obedience, make what is this? Greetings, yeah.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Check in. Check in.
Yeah, check in. Yeah, and then you go to the lay down.
Yeah.
Is it the exercise or it's not the exercise?
The lay down is the exercise, not the check in.
Yeah, but it's also judged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, or when you come from the stand exercise is ready, and you go to the dumbbell. Yeah. All this nowadays they have an eye on it and describe the whole picture, but it's not the exercise. But
no,
you will.
It's the in between. Yeah, absolutely.
So, and also this ideas, cut it off. Cut it off. Only judge the exercise, what is written in the rule books. Don't make special stuff out of it. And this healing style, and it's very interesting when you go to trekking. I see nowadays I have training partners. They train the way from the car to the starting point.
Oh yeah.
Healing, and then they want that the dog sniff on the ground, and they got crazy because the dog cannot change the drive. These are all effects. They are nowadays in the head of the competitors because the judges say, hey, this is a value. No, this has no meaning. Don't put so many meaning to the side actors, you said. Don't put it there. And this has to go out, and then you get less stress by the competitors also. And then you have more
absolutely. Yeah, it makes complete sense. But it's common sense, and it's hard to come by with common people.
It's for me. Hey, when you have the stand exercise, so it's done, and you go to the dumbbell, and you make your dog a little bit more connecting. You touch your dog, let him go on the right side or turn around you. What else? Hey, no problem.
Why?
Let the people do their own thing and fresh up the dogs on his way.
Absolutely.
Don't make so many stuff. Hey, and for me, totally crazy stuff. Sometimes you have a dog with a lot of drive with the dumbbells. Go out, fetch the dumbbell, come back, and pushes in you. Or they have so much speed when they go over the frames that they go on the side. So of course it's natural from the dog handler to make a step to the side or left or right or something like this. To correct the dog a little bit. Hey, in IGP you cut the whole points out of it.
It's a zero. It's insufficient right away.
It's insufficient, but the core exercise is done. The core exercise is done. Fetching is done. Jumping is done. Or run into and come back. It's done. Hey, of course, it's not correct. We can say this. So, and then why make insufficient? Why you have to make it so tight? We can make it, of course, when we have World Championship. No problem. In the club trial, easy. Make a step to the side, fetch your dog a little bit with your body language. This is the coordination. So, and this is very important that we got this out of the head by the judges. And so I will tell you, we have this equilibration system. Is it equilibrium?
Equilibrium.
Yeah, sorry. So
no problem.
So we have invited this for judging. Because we have this in these three categories: values. For example, excellent drive, very good technique, and very good coordination. And then now, what is the result? What is the result? Is it excellent or is it very good? And so we have this equilibration. So, and in the club trial, it's very easy. We SG, this makes we minus. for
Yes.
Ist egal, next level for higher
Yes.
competitions. For
Yes.
higher competitions, you make we SG, it's a SG.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you go lower, then it counts the lower one for the higher levels, and then
Sure.
you can judge the same style by orgs
Yeah.
group or,
Yeah.
or by local clubs.
By Landesgroup or the Bundesliga.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So and then it's easier. Then you don't have to change your judging, only
Yeah.
the values.
Absolutely.
That's easy. That's easy. And we have nowadays the problem that the judges on the local clubs make the same judging like the World Championship.
Oh yeah. I like to say it's like every club judge is an aspiring World Championship judge, and they judge the trials like that.
Yeah. So but you have more parts in your question, so let us come to the next.
Yeah, so the next steps, I would say, what would be the steps that we take to encourage the IGP community to embrace this more inclusive judging paradigm?
I am not quite sure if the community can do something about this.
So would it be? I'm saying, so can we propose grassroots changes where we can, have them write letters? Because the system needs overhauling. There's no doubt about that. There's way too much opinion in the system on individual judges, and then they want to follow, the cool kids in the judging program to become like them. Whether they want more, whether they think by kissing ass they get more power, or they get some favors, or they get to judge some championship, or whatever it might be. Maybe they get a gift on Christmas, whatever it might be, for writing nice comments on Facebook. I don't care. But it's definitely. But all the other people that are watching this stuff, they are clearly influenced by it.
Yeah, of course,
and they think this is basically what it should be, when it's completely not written in the rule book. It's arbitrary bullshit being made up by these people.
Yeah. So
and that's why I think it's important to have conversations like this, to put it out there. It's like, no, believe your eyes. What you're reading is not true. Just because somebody said it doesn't mean it's true.
100%. So, but I don't think so. So that you can come from the ground, or I can motivate the young guys and say, hey, come in charge. Give your voice, go into the positions, get elected, and then you can change something.
Absolutely.
That's the point. Wow, what it is in English? What is
manifest destiny.
Get elected, get in charge, for
manifest destiny.
So and then you can change something. But only with talking, writing letters, Facebook posts, and you will change nothing. Nothing. And of course, when you are in charge, when you can organize trials, something like this, then it's easy for you to pick up the right judges, for example, and say, hey,
absolutely,
these are the judges who have eye for the dogs, for the dog handlers, who take care of the nature of the dogs. They are not so looking for pixels. So my friend Helmut Reiser said nowadays the judging is a little bit like seeing only the pixel in the picture, the only dots in the picture, but they don't see the whole Picasso.
Oh my God, that's great.
That's quite well.
That's great.
Well explained. And
I also love his other quote about breeding. This is one of my favorite quotes. I think he said it. Judging breeders picking dogs for breeding without training is like blind people telling you about colors.
This is Helmut Reiser.
It was beautiful.
100%.
It was beautifully put.
And so I want to point out, if you organize trials, hey, use the right judges who see the whole picture. And we have to say something. It's especially, I don't know if this is especially in Germany or in Western Europe or Central Europe at the moment, the development. We have a situation that more and more trials are organized without big structures. Yeah, at the moment,
like Katsit?
Like Katsit. Yeah, for example,
Okay.
like Katsit. Katsit, there is
Okay.
also a structure. I will explain a little bit later.
Okay.
It's a little bit like this. At the Schutzhund world is
Yes.
a knockout system. You have local
Yes.
club, regional
Yes.
club,
Yes.
higher club, and all the time it's knockout system.
Yes.
So, and then the basic people don't have the possibility to come up and mess with the heroes.
Sure.
So
They're insulated.
And at the moment, we have this very nice development that we have open competitions.
Yes.
Out of any structures.
Yes.
And it's like it's a greyhound system.
Okay.
I don't know if this is right translated. It means the fastest are the first in registration.
Okay.
Yeah. So, for example, Katsit at the moment, this Katsit, we have in this Katsit system. It's not special. It's not special, but yes. Nowadays it's special because something changed a little bit. Katsit is only the possibility to qualify your dog for the international working champion title. You know this?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, let me explain. You need 2 competitions
sure.
to win.
Okay.
To win or be second, so that you get SARCIT or reserve SARCIT certificate.
Okay.
Yeah, you need 2 of this. You have to be the best of your breed.
Sure.
And minimum 270 points in the highest level IGP.
Okay.
So, and you can make it on, of course, a local trial. There's one special rule. You have to make registration by FCI, and you need 2 judges, one from foreign country and one from your country.
Okay.
But you can make it on local trials, very easy.
Okay.
So this is the idea behind, to create international working champions.
Okay.
So, but this has no tradition in IGP.
No. That's wonderful.
It has a tradition by hunting dogs.
Sure.
So, and
I'm not a part of that hunting dog culture, so I have no idea.
Yeah. So I got a little bit in touch with it. So yeah, then there was one guy, or he's still living in Czech Republic, who make this SARCIT competition. Maybe this year or next year could be the 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and he developed a very big event out of it.
Okay.
Yeah? So, and so this was an example for other countries to do something like this. In Poland is one competition like this. Now in Germany is a competition like this. It's also in my club. SARCIT Germany is done by RSV 2000.
Sure.
And now Netherlands will come also in it. And these 4 different SARCIT competitions are now in a league. It's a league, and then you can earn points when you go to sarcit.eu. I think that's the website. Then you can see the pointing system. So it's a little bit like in tennis. Yeah.
Okay.
Tennis sport. So you can earn your points, and then it will give you a ranking over these competitions. And then you can be Golden League winner.
Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting.
That's interesting. And
yeah, because it's not make or break on that same day, then, because you can any dog can have a bad day and fail a trial.
Yeah, and then you can go to the next and make it there. And it's not necessary. And I won't use bad words now to kiss somebody's ass. Yeah, to come on this competition, because
that's wonderful.
It's easy. Yeah, you make your registration. So it's 0 o'clock, maybe. Yeah, you go on the website, make a registration. Okay, you can start. So it's only the what you can say, the guy who is the fastest can be a part. And for SARCIT competition at all, I think the maximum numbers of competitors, it's 120.
Okay.
So a lot of people can join, and then of course all these superstars will be there. Yeah,
Sure.
because it's
Why
high
not?
prestige. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you can compete as a normal guy with these guys
Yeah.
also. Yeah,
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
experience, have a professional stadium, professional organization, professional track laying,
Yes.
all this. Of course, it's not cheap, but
Absolutely.
these competitions are independent,
Yes.
and that's the benefit, and
Yes.
what is very attractive.
Sure. No, that's wonderful. Yeah. So that's the future or the ground rules where we can make a difference, where we don't need a structure or a hierarchy to be playing in it,
Yeah.
where where you're supported by their guardrails or protected by their guardrails or kept out by their guardrails. Yeah, that's wonderful. And what would be to further build on that, what advice would you have for trainers and competitors, for trainers working with breeds, which are favored by less by the current judging standards, less favored by the current judging standards? And what advice would you give them to prepare for trials?
At the point at the moment, the point is what advice I can give. There is no advice if there is no standardized judging system. Then
I love it. So that's the message, basically, that we have to standardize everything.
We need a standardized
Yeah.
judging system, and
Yes.
then it's predictable for the competitors.
That's the only way it can be not only predictable for the competitors, but it can only be not aversive for the breeds that don't fit in that blueprint.
Yeah,
Because we're actually doing the disservice for the breeds that are not a part of that blueprint.
That's true. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the problem, because of course we have competitors. They make predictable results every try.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but these competitors, they are trained or fit very close to this blueprint.
Yes.
Where there is no reason for. Yeah. So
Right.
And we start with the healing. Let us come back to the healing and talk about this benefit of this healing. Yeah, this benefit of this erected head with this short dog. Yeah. The benefit is that the dog is very straight and very glued to your knee. And so the about turns, the right corner, the left corner, the holding, everything is perfect. When you are making as the competitor the best coordination. This is the point. When you make the best coordination, if you're doing shit coordination and the head is like this, then of course you make a right turn and the dog is not very close to you.
No. Yes.
Yeah? And so it's not about the erected head. It's not about this. It's about the benefit of the best coordination.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you will have the points, and we have these heroes in our sport who can do this, who are able to do this. But we have to think about, it's not necessary to copy it. It's necessary to have the best of the best coordination with your dog, and then you can of course have other styles of free healing. And of course, and I have to give the advice for the judges. If there is other style of healing, give him, of course, when everything is also correct, then give him the excellent.
Beautiful. That's wonderful.
It's easy. It's easy like this.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I appreciate you very much, sir.
So, and what we have to talk about, that's the blueprint. It's a blueprint, of course, okay, but you have to tolerate the other sides. And there was one very clever guy in a judge meeting I met. It's Robert Jönsson from Sweden, Kustmarken Kennels. Maybe you know.
Yes, I've heard of him.
And he said, "Hey, excellent. All the time has a range."
Yeah.
Nowadays it's like this, but it has a range.
Yeah.
So, and then you have to respect, of course, other styles. If the details are all correct, there's no reason to give him not full points.
Right. Easy. Perfect. Well, I think that sums it up. I appreciate you for joining the conversation and being so forthcoming with your ideas. And I hope we can do the second part very soon. Okay. And we'll talk about your confirmation judging.
We can do.
Yeah.
It's also a little bit different.
Yes, that's what I want to talk about. Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Abhai.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a good evening.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yep. Bye.